everybody, welcome back to yet another episode of our series Power People. In this episode, we have a very well known Japanese singer, Stella with us. We welcome you on our show.
Hello everyone, I'm Stella. I'm so honored and grateful to be here.
So Stella, my first question to you is, how did you first become interested in music and when did you start singing professionally?
So I've been interested in music for a very long time. Professionally, I started my career last year and it's only been a year since I've been singing professionally, but since I've been so involved with music all my life, I feel like I've been doing it for a very, very long time.
So, who are your biggest musical influences and how have they shaped your music career or your music choices?
Yes, so I've been influenced by a variety of artists such as Queen, Sarah Brightman, classical music, pop music, rock music, just all over the place. But I would say my biggest inspiration is my mother, who is also a singer-songwriter, and we actually create music together. And I think that that's one of the special things about my music is because I write it also with my mother, and it's a beautiful thing.
What do you consider to be your signature style or sound, and how do you develop your artistic vision?
Right, so I think that my sound is in between classical and pop music, which is called a crossover genre, but I lean more towards a pop sound. But I consider myself to be a songwriter than a singer-songwriter, and I think the differences are when you're a singer-songwriter, you talk about your own experiences, and when you're a songwriter, you're inspired by everything. So I write about a lot of things, and I'm sure that in the future, I want to produce other people as well. So I cannot say specifically what my sound is, but I think it's a mixture between classical and pop music infused with Asian music, which is where I'm from.
So tell us about your album Stella, The New Beginning. So tell us what all it go behind that.
Yes, so my debut EP called The New Beginning, I recorded this in California, and I recorded this in 3 languages, Japanese, Chinese, and English. So I'm writing in all 3 languages, and I have 3 versions in the same melody. So it's a little tricky when I get to sing them, but it's about my journey and my transformation as I went through a really difficult time in my life. It starts with a song called Bird in a Cage, and it ends with a song called Into the Unknown. So it's about reclaiming your power and finding who you are. So that's why I titled it The New Beginning.
So Stella, what is your creative process like when you're writing and recording a new music?
Yes, so my creative process, first inspiration hits me, and then writing it is the hard part. But I think Taylor Swift said in an interview once that becoming a great artist, you need to have that lightning bulb inspirational moment and also the discipline to write that and to make that happen. And so I try to do it as often as I can, getting inspiration and actually writing it. But I would say for me, inspiration comes all the time, but actually sitting down and developing the concept is the hardest part for me, which I'm sure a lot of artists can agree with me.
So how do you connect with your audience during live performances, and what do you hope they take away from your music? What inspiration your music gives to them, your audience, your fans?
Yes, so I'm very raw when I sing. What I mean by that is I put my heart and soul into whatever I'm singing in each line that I'm singing. And so whatever the message behind the song is, I feel it myself first. And if it's a song about feeling like I'm not enough, feeling like I'm stuck in a cage, I remember those feelings, and I try to remember specific memories about how I felt then and there. And, you know, my only hope is that people could feel what I'm feeling and we can get through it together. But when I'm singing, I don't sing just to an audience, but I also sing for myself. And I think that's why a lot of people connect with me when I'm on stage.
So, Stella, what are the challenges an independent artist face? Because it's very tough from not coming from really not a music background. So, what challenges you have faced?
Right, so I think it depends on who you ask what the challenges are when it comes to doing music independently.
Yeah.
For me, my father is a very well-known author back in Japan in the self-development industry,
I know that.
and
Yeah.
I've been brought up in that environment. So for me, my challenge was, what is my message, and what do I want to say in the world? And you know, in terms of environment, I've been so blessed with my life, with everything that you could possibly imagine. And for me, it was more so of what can I do versus, you know, how can I do it? And I think that I need to use my platform and my environment for something good. And music is the tool that I felt was best that I can do to make a difference in the world. But I think when you're an independent artist, you know, you have to produce yourself and you have to kind of manage yourself.
That's
and
what
sell
I was
yourself.
asking. Yeah.
Yes, so I think that there's a challenge there for sure, and I don't think a lot of people can do that. And I'm very blessed because I think that I can wear different hats. So I'm still trying, and I'm still, you know, it's a work in progress, but I think I'm
You will
getting
make it.
there. Yes, I hope I make it.
So, what advice would you give to aspiring singers and musicians who are trying to make it in the music industry? What advice you will give to them?
Okay, so
One advice.
yes.
Yeah.
I think that, you know, maybe this isn't the best question to ask me because
you have just
I'm a
started your
newbie in the
question.
industry,
Yeah.
yes. But I would say, you know, also to myself, just keep on writing and keep on feeling all those feelings and actually creating it into a song. Because I think a lot of people give up there. But if you don't have anything to, you know, tell to the world or express to the world, then nothing is going to happen, right? So, you know, I think that I or people who are inspiring artists have to put the work in there to really develop what that message is that you want to convey and put it out there and see what happens.
That's amazing. That's great. So, how do you balance your personal life and your career as a musician? And what do you like to do in your free time?
Yes, so that's a really hard question for me because I'm really trying to figure it out still.
Yeah.
Because everything is so intertwined with what I do.
Yeah.
No matter if it's, you know, even if I'm just walking down the street, I am so interested in photography, for example.
Wow, that's great.
And I direct my music videos too. So, you know, there's not a line between work and, you know, my personal life. But I think for me, the balance and the key comes from just enjoying life as a whole so that I can enjoy both and not try to be in my head and be too stressed out that it's work.
Yeah.
But I am very interested in storytelling.
Oh, wow.
So I'm actually writing a novel. And it's
it?
going to connect with the music.
Oh,
so it's
wow.
going to sort of become like a musical. And writing and storytelling is not my top, you know, profession because I'm a musician. But I think that that came from my hobby, so to speak. So I think it's just taking inspiration from everything, and you have to sort of de-stress sometimes to feel like it's not work.
That's amazing. That's very true and inspiring. So, so what are your plans for the future, and what can your fans expect from you in terms of new music and performances? What are your future plans?
Yes, so I am going to release my debut EP called The New Beginning.
Yeah, I know that.
Very, very soon.
Yeah.
It's going to be on all streaming platforms, and I'm going to release music videos in early spring or early summer. I don't know exactly what the release date is going to be, but it's going to be very soon. So I'm super excited about that. I have a lot of new music coming out very soon, and plus I'm going to do a world tour. So I'm really excited about that as well. Just, as the title in my EP, The New Beginning, it's really the new beginning for me. So super excited about everything.
That's great.
Thank
Congratulations for your
you.
first album. So, Stella, how has your cultural background and identity influenced your music, and how do you incorporate that into your artistry?
Yes, so I'm from Japan,
Yeah.
and Japanese music is very different from a lot of genres and world music that there is out there, and I think I'm definitely influenced by that. And do you know Studio Ghibli?
Yeah.
Spirited Away, those kind of music, movie music has definitely inspired me. And I incorporate a lot of chords and sounds from Japanese music into my music. But right now I'm creating a song that sounds Egyptian.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I'm inspired by songs and sounds that are not from my country as well. So, in India, I just feel so inspired. But my base is definitely in Japan, and Japanese music.
Your roots are from Japan.
Yes, Japanese traditional music and also film music and anime music has inspired me a lot
obviously.
throughout the years. Yeah.
So, can you sing your song from your new album?
Sure.
One of your favorite songs, or from your new album, your EP?
Okay. 私の心のろうそくで世界を温められたら私の心からの願い静かに燃え続ける A candle in my heart. Thank you. I take a breath and fly into the moonlight, to the place I know where I belong. I know I'll get there, 'cause I found myself again. The many nights I struggled when I couldn't see that everything I needed was within, but now I can treasure all of me, and I found myself again. Ooh, ooh. Oh, yes. Thank you. The many nights I struggled when I couldn't see that everything I needed was within, but now I can treasure all of me, and I found myself again. Ooh, ooh. Yes. Oh, yes.
Tell me more about this song, Candle in My Heart. So Stella, tell me about your new song, your from your EP album. I found myself again. The song you just sang, it was lovely. I would say that.
Thank
So
you.
tell us about it, about more.
Yes, so I Found Myself Again is a song that I wrote after I went through a really difficult time in my life. I felt so trapped and so alone and so depressed, and I felt like I lost myself completely and I wasn't worthy of even living. But then there was that one moment after the storm and going through all of that. Um, there was a moment where I felt like I finally found myself again, and it's a song about that and restoring myself. And what a wonderful thing to know who you are and to find yourself again.
That's great, and I love it. And the song you sang, "Candle in My Heart," it looks like a very great song regarding sunshine and regarding kindness. So tell me about that also a little bit.
Yes, so Candle in My Heart is only in Japanese at the moment,
Okay,
but I'm
okay.
working on the Chinese and English
Okay,
version.
yeah.
But it's a song about a prayer, and I believe that each and every one of us has a candle in our hearts, and if we could use it to warm up the world, how wonderful would that be? So in the song, I'm talking about, I hear your voice crying, and is there something I can do? And please, God, show me the way. There must be something we can do. And in the chorus, I'm singing, the candle in my heart is the prayer to light up the world and to warm up the world. And let's get together and warm up the world together.
That's great, and both the songs were amazing. And thank you so much for your time. It is our pleasure to have you on our show. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I so loved this time together.
Yeah.
It was an honor to be interviewed by you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.